Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight, but before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, I hope you have a good time with us tonight and decide to hang out with us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we so very much appreciate that. So, with all of that out of the way, let's bring on our guests here. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
I'm a regular viewer from Bonneville, Ontario.
Yes, here we go. Nice. And Virgil, I think your mic is off.
How's your weather down there, Mike?
Hot today in the 90s.
Oh, I know.
Fahrenheit, yeah. You
4
as well?
weeks ago, my friends were out snowmobiling.
Crazy. And how about you, Virgil?
Well, joining you from Sacramento, California today, and it was 78 degrees right now. So I believe Vermont was hotter than California today.
Wow, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
What are you doing way out there?
Came out here for I came out here for a Bible study retreat. Bible study that I do with some pro skateboarders.
Yep.
Called the Mess Hall, and come out here and do that.
Oh,
Wonderful.
okay. I thought maybe you went out there and picked up the guy's car from the Cannonball Run.
Oh no, that would be a good one. I'd have to figure out where the wheelchair is going to go. I have to figure out who's going to break it down for me.
Yeah.
But and I think you're visiting family out there too.
Yes. Yeah, visiting my sister, my brother-in-law. That's where we're having the retreat at. Is at their house. So having some fun.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And then I get a day here, to visit Sacramento and then ride up to Redding. So yeah. Good
deal. Covering all the old stomping grounds because you're originally from California, if I understand correct.
Yes, originally born and raised in San Jose. And then moved to Sacramento, lived here for 13 years, and then from Sacramento to Vermont.
Sweet.
So you're familiar with Lake Tahoe, eh?
Oh, yes. Actually, I got married there. I got married in South Shore.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got married at the South Shore there.
I've been there about 5 times. I love it.
All right. Yes, I do love it.
And I've always missed the hot summer nights in Reno.
Oh, yes. That's me too. I always go up and I miss that, but I always see cars in between. I was working at a hotel chain, and we would get the cars coming through town. It's like or people getting ready for that. So yeah.
Nice. Well, let's see. We've got some comments that have come in. Let's see what we've got here. We've got BCJ Vids saying good evening. Well, good evening back to you. And then, of course, our regular viewers, Stacy and Art Fosler, saying sounds good from Platteville, New York, and they are regular viewers. Thank you so much, Stacy and Art, for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Now, as I promised earlier, we do have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. If you remember last week, we watched part 1 of Derek Rabita's footage of the Bug Light Park car show up in Maine. And he does the Japanese mini truck YouTube channel, by the way. So if you like what we're about to see, by all means, click the link in the description. There's a link to his YouTube channel. He does a wonderful channel. Be sure and patronize him because he does an excellent job. So with that out of the way, let me get this queued up and we'll take a look at that footage that Derek did. Let's take a look.
All right, so I'm gonna blindly walk into these two Mini Coopers and show them to you guys real quick. Oh, the 4-cylinder in these are really, really, really small. I mean, just for a size comparison, that alternator is like half the width of that engine. The flares down the side. Right-hand drive. Really cool. And there's one right here as well. Love the decals. Oh, I love this black and red interior. Wow. The seats have such a sick design, especially on those door panels. The wheels say Mini Life. Wow. Always had a cool spot for these. These are some just always really cool looking cars. And right next to these is another Trans Am. Wow, check this thing out. Oh, it's a Rambler. Right over here is a 1954 Hudson Hornet Special. Oh, that is sweet. Man, you'd almost think this thing is chopped. It's just got such a small roof line, but I think that's the factory roof line. I don't think that is a chop by any means. Wow. All the chrome accents on this car are so nice. Oh, and you got handles back here for your passengers in the rear. So funny. Always, always, always loved the Hudsons. Right here is a 1966 Mustang, all original, 289, 4-barrel carb. Beautiful, beautiful car. It's got the pony seats. It's like one of my favorite things in these Mustangs is the horses on the back. Wow. All original interior, all original paint. Beautiful color for this car as well. It's kind of like a brightish orange. So you can check out all the memorabilia right here. This is a 1977 Ford station wagon with the wood paneling down the side. Oh, it's got the flip headlights in the front here. Really, really cool car. A lot of little designs and everything as well, but something I really wanted to show you was these back seats. Not too common to see nowadays. So this was a bought new, kept in the family, 1984 Monte Carlo. Another all original interior paint car. It's not too often you see that around here because where we live we get a lot of salt, so big props for keeping this car so nice all these years. Pretty sweet rat rod. So we got some pretty beautiful cars over here. Got this older Thunderbird. I actually was just talking to him about their wheels. There's some 2005 to I think 09 V6 Mustang wheels. Give this car a pretty good look with those spinners as well. And right over here is a 33 Pontiac convertible coupe. And lastly, I'm a huge fan of this 1926 Ford Doctor's Cab. Not something, this is really not something you see all that often.
I mean, even though
Wooden spoked wheels. Wow. And I love this custom Buick. Always showing this off in videos. It's the SC Rambler with a 390. Oh, I love the color of that block. The red, white, and blue. This is probably going to be the cover photo for the video, just because it's fitting for the 4th of July. Man, another street rod right here. This one's an old Ford. Wow. Love the color on this too. See you around. All the yachts coming through. They all look so good though.
So yeah, thanks again to Derek Rabita at the Japanese Mini Truck YouTube channel for that awesome footage. Go around the room here, left to right. Actually, Virgil, if you can turn your mic on, we'd love to hear your reactions to that.
It was let me see here. That last truck at the end, kind of falling, that Ford, big Ford red at the end, right there. That caught my eye there at the end. The Hudson and that big LTD wagon.
Yeah, I was liking that wagon. That was cool. Those seats in the back right there.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that wagon because you have the seats facing each other.
That was cool.
Yeah, that seat facing backward always used to make me sick.
Sure.
You know, watching traffic fly by in that direction.
Yeah, for sure. And Rob, anything jump out at you?
Oh, a friend of mine had one of those station wagons, and he had 6 brothers, and they had all fight over see who can sit in the back. And the biggest brother always won. But after a couple of years, he wasn't right all the time with the window down, the fumes coming in. Yeah. And why did they call that 1926 doctor car?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that though.
And the one he talked about you just passed where he thought the roof was cut.
Yes, that green one.
I priced one time to get some glass cut to lower the roof.
Yeah.
It was triple the price of the glass, and if he broke it, I would have to pay for the next piece of glass. No guarantee from him.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's expensive to get glass cut, especially when it's rounded like that.
Trying to find that doctor's car. I think I passed it.
Yeah, I think you got to go forward more.
I don't know if maybe that was originally owned by a doctor. I wonder if that was the story behind it.
Yeah.
I like that Jaguar, by the way. Oh, and what was this? That rat rod, what was that based on? Any idea?
Whatever parts he had in the backyard.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what that base was.
That's a Frankenstein car, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it should be on a dirt track.
Yeah. Oh, here's the doctor
There
car, I
it
think,
is.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, something tells me that was probably owned by a doctor at one point back in the day. That's the only angle I can think of, but I could be wrong.
But there were some cool cars at that event.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, cool. Let's. I'm going to remove this, and then let me get our shots lined up here. There we go. Yeah, so we're on item number 2. We're going to take a look at a 1972 Chevy Nova, and this is for sale by our friends at B&B Auto Sales out in Brookings, South Dakota. So let me pull that up here.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales. Today we're going to show you our Chevy Nova here. Pretty cool car, strong running, 350 in it. Drives really good. Amateur paint job on it. They did a 2-tone, silver on the bottom. There you can see it's got new wheels and tires, 15-inch. Evidently new chrome bumper. You see they did their orange got a little stripey, so it didn't have enough cover. It's got some gold flake in it. They did some things like there. They run out of tape or something, or that's what they wanted to do. Didn't take the moldings off, so definitely a 10-15 footer for as paint goes. But the interior's been all done. Got a B&M Quicksilver in it, tack, gauges. So we got a little bit of work to do to it still. Just got it in, but like I said, nice driving, running car, and like I said, just definitely an amateur paint job on it. But it's easy enough. If you wanted to change the top to a different color, you certainly could. Or you just drive it the way it is. Like I said, I've already got, just test driving it, I got one thumbs up already. So like I said, 10-15 feet, good looking car. Definitely not a professional paint job on it. So there you go. If you're looking for this is a nice price Nova, entry level, and it's had a lot of the hard stuff done to it. So you can just drive it the way it is, or you can change the color to what you like. We're out driving our Chevy Nova. Got a pretty strong motor in it. It's a little off, so it's 60 there. We're doing 65. That's at 2,700 RPMs. The guy got it from, been working on it for 6 years, he told me, and he just got tired of working on it, so wanted to sell it. So it's got a two-tone paint job with kind of a orange gold flake on the top and a silver on the bottom. He said really strong running engine. Goes down the road nice here. We just got it in, so I'm sure we got to do some stuff. I know the only gauge hooked up is temp gauge. Running 180 right now. And the tack. And gas gauge must work, so I just put some gas in it. Can only get a couple gallons in it, so. But nice driving car, goes on the street. You know, we built it for power, so no power steering on it. You didn't want to take away any power, and it's just got drum brakes. So, but good sound and exhaust. I've got a 10 volt, as we call them, one lungers, non-posi rear end. Did the interior nice, got custom bucket seats in it, so suspension's good and sturdy, so kind of a nice build. This isn't a high-end Nova, nice affordable car, so you can get into something, as we say, without breaking the bank. Even though all these classic cars are bringing a lot of money now, this one's I would call in the affordable range. So we'll show you the brakes here, and then I'll turn around. Got a little pull to the right, and that's what you get sometimes. Not horrible, but that's what you get with drum brakes. So. But it's got good takeoff. We'll give you a little. So good power. Be a fun car to drive. So, any questions? Give me a call. 605-695-7391.
Cool, yeah. So thanks so much to Dirk at B&B Auto Sales for that cool footage. I think Virgil went first last time. Rob, any reactions to that?
Novas are always good selling cars, and it's a great car for somebody who wants to start going out to cruises. You don't have to tie a lot of money up in a Nova, and if you want, you could put a lot of money into it and take it to the drag strips.
For sure.
But what's he doing driving it with the salt on the ground?
Yeah, good question.
sees
He had
snow
that out
out
in the
there.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Virgil?
Yeah, I was like, yep. I was asking myself the same thing, Rob. And yeah, beautiful car. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's
just
go
color
ahead.
combinations. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. Even though that's kind of an amateurish paint job, it's a really interesting color combination, and
Yeah,
it could make for a good driver. You know, kind of just a regular driver that you don't have to baby. And then if you ever wanted to have a professional paint job done to it, you could.
When you buy a car like that, insurance is cheaper than regular cars. Because you
Is
get a
it?
car like that, the insurance company thinks you're going to look after it more. They don't think you're going to be squealing the tires.
Good point.
But they're wrong.
and then see, I have one question about squealing the tires. At the end of that video, was that 0 to 65 again?
I
think
assume
so.
so. Yeah, we've got comments coming in. Let's see. Oh, this is about the previous video. So it looked like a 40 Chevy, the one that looked like a stock car. That was that rat rod, the kind of that mystery car we weren't sure about.
Yep.
Good call on that for Stacy and Art. And then we've got Dave from Alaska Railroad saying hello, Mike, Rob, and Virgil. Good to see you. Cool deal. And David, I don't know if you were watching that first video, but there was a Monte Carlo in there that you would have liked. If you did miss it, circle back after the podcast and catch the beginning of it. I think there's a Monte Carlo in there that you would have liked. But cool. Any final comments on this before we move on?
Looks like a fun car to buy your kids.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. So we are on item number 3. It's time for some announcements, and this is also the time of the program where we where Rob talks to us about AMSOIL. So if you're ready, Rob, I'm going to put you full screen, and you can take it away.
I'm ready. A lot of
Cool.
times we talk mainly about engine oil, how AMSOIL makes the engine last longer, run cooler, better performance, better gas mileage. And the lifeline of the vehicle is transmission. And it's real important to change your fluid in transmissions. A lot of people don't change the fluid in transmissions, and they get 300,000 miles on the vehicle, and they wonder why the tranny's gone. And a lot of people, if they're pulling a trailer, would put a transmission cooler on it, and that would drop the transmission temperature by 10 degrees. Every 10 degrees you drop the transmission temperature, it doubles the life of the engine. But by switching to a synthetic oil, you can drop the transmission temperature from 20 to 50 degrees. So that's more than 3 times longer engine life. And by having the engine transmission run cooler, the clutches work better, it grabs better, pulling a trailer is a lot better, and you don't have a heat problem. All your oil from the transmission is also going through your rad. So if your transmission is not working right, you're overheating your rad with transmission fluid. Now, you know, we have the AMSOIL signature oil, 25,000 miles. Then we have the XL, and then we have the OE where you change when your light comes on. We have the same thing in transmission oil. We have 2 grades of OE oil. So if you just want the regular oil, we have 2 of them for it. And then we have our signature class, and they come in these really neat containers. It's so easy to add this to a transmission with this squeeze type bottle. Now, transmission fluid, there's probably 57 different kinds of grades of transmission fluid. This here one transmission fluid, the first one the AMSOIL ever came out with, meets 43 different qualifications. We're the first one on the market to ever meet that different qualifications. It meets Ford, Chrysler, General Motors, Mercedes, BMW, Nissan, Toyota, Volvo. It meets all their qualifications. But the big thing about it is once you put it in the transmission and you have the transmission running cooler, it shifts better. Most transmissions in the wintertime really thicken up. AMSOIL at 65 below zero will pour. So you go put your engine in gear and it's going to take off just like summer. But in summertime, if you're pulling a trailer, my biggest customers are people with motorhomes. They have the same transmission, the same engine that my pickup has, but they got a 40-foot motorhome, and then they're pulling another 20-foot trailer with their race car on behind. So there's that transmission working harder than most people's, but by putting the AMSOIL transmission fluid in it, it makes it run cooler and eliminates a lot of problems. So if you want your equipment to last longer, the transmission fluid really helps. And a case of 12 of it retails for like $183. That works out like $16 a quart. And that's a preferred price. Retail is $245. So you save $60 on a case by being a retail. Now, we just don't have those two types of transmissions. There's a synchromesh transmission. There's also CVT transmission. You know what? This is going to take over the market. Since I do a lot of snowmobiles, that's the same kind of transmissions we run in the snowmobiles. So a lot of my buddies have built custom parts for their CV transmissions, and it hooks up better than some of the other transmissions do. It's belt driven, but it still needs lubrications. Yeah, and then a lot of transmissions, they a manual transaxial transmission. It's a 70W90 oil that goes in the transmission. AMSOIL has all those different kinds. We have the Ford Super Shift. We have for the ATV 80 grade oil. So anybody wants a brochure or a catalog about the AMSOIL products, and it tells you all about the transmission in it, and want to know how they can save 25% on the product, Mike's got a thing he's going to pop up the screen where you get the magazine free and tell you more about the product and how you can save money.
Yeah, there's a link in the description where you can get a free catalog. There's also instructions that show you how to get onto the preferred customer program and save up to 25% on every order. And once you hit $100, you're going to get free shipping. So there's a lot of value there. Yeah, just check out the links in the description to shop and also to learn how to save and get the best possible discount.
Yeah, and this week, as being a PC customer, if you order $75, they're sending you a free magnetic bowl.
Oh, that's right. I've got a graphic for that. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's an extra gift they're throwing in that's worth $7 or something like that, just for ordering $75. But you might as well order 100 and get the free shipping.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that, Rob. We really appreciate it. And before we get out of this announcements segment, I've got two more quick things. Number one, I'm going to be meeting tomorrow with the owner of a 1963 Plymouth factory drag race car. It's got a 426 Hemi engine, an aluminum body, and plexiglass windows to reduce weight. Now, these cars were made from 1962 to 1965 with various engine sizes. The reason I'm posting this is I'm wondering if either Virgil or Rob or any of the viewers have any questions that you'd like me to ask the owner of this car when I'm meeting with him tomorrow.
Why did he pick that style of car? What caught his eye about that?
Good question.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends. They only race Oldsmobiles. And that's because they say there's not as many people out there with Oldsmobiles. Because everybody's got a Chevy dragster.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not too sure. I guess my question would be more motor-wise, why they picked that motor and what 429, what configuration did they have, or horsepower numbers, or
Sure, details about the engine.
What tracks does he usually run at?
Good call. Yes.
And does he do bracket racing or? There's a lot of racing up here. Is all bracket racing.
Sure.
Except for
those
the
are
long
excellent
weekends.
questions. Yeah. Those are excellent questions, and we've good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I guess most of all, just some good picks.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go do some video on that. And let's see, we've got David from Alaska Railroad says he's going to go back and look for that Monte Carlo. Cool deal. And then he says that white Monte Carlo is awesome. So he did see it. Yes. He's a fan of white, and both his Monte Carlos. He's got a 1980 and a 2003 SS, and they're all white. Cool deal. Very cool. Oh, and then one last thing before we get back into the program, I need to cue this up, but Rob shared with me a sorry, I'm trying to talk and click at the same time and doing a bad job of both. He shared a video with me earlier in the week that I thought was really cool, and I'm trying to pop it on the screen here to get. This is from the Barcroft Cars YouTube channel. And normally I download videos and play them on here, but since I don't have permission to use this, I want to avoid copyright issues. So I'm going to play this clip right off of YouTube. It's about 3 minutes. Let's take a look at this real quick.
Oh my gosh! What the heck?
No, your screen hasn't been turned upside down. This bizarre truck is built to look like it's been flipped. Mechanic Rick Sullivan spent 6 months building the unusual vehicle in his breakdown garage in Clinton, Illinois.
People are amazed. I mean, it's one of those things that when you first see it, it's hard to recognize what it is. But when you take the second look, then they pull me over and want to look at it closer.
Rick, who runs the garage with his wife Kathy, got the design idea when he was called to rescue an overturned Ford Ranger.
As we were approaching the scene, there was a pickup truck that was rolled over on its top in about 10 inches of snow with all 4 wheels sticking up in the air. I said, hey, I'll bet you I can recreate that.
Inspired by the concept, Rick set about putting his idea into reality.
We collected parts from a Ford F-150. Then on the drivetrain, it is a 91 Ford Ranger, and we tore the body off of it and transformed the F-150 upside down onto the 91 Ford Ranger. The truck cost me $6,000 to build, and it took me 6 months to complete.
The truck was a big hit with Rick's nephews, who love being taken out in the attention-grabbing vehicle.
Hi, Brooke. Hey, Brock. You ready to go for a ride?
Yeah.
Want to go Dairy Queen?
Sure.
All right.
The best thing about it is it's because it's upside down, probably. And there's only one of it in the world. Our friends are very jealous that we get a ride in this cool car.
And the upside-down creation turns heads in town.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a car had been tipped over. That's what it's supposed to represent, I think.
What it looks like is somebody took the frame of the car and it put it on there, but your first reaction is that something's wrong.
I would like to have one myself, and simply because of the uniqueness in it.
The amount of pictures from cell phones, I would say, is somewhere around 1,000 pictures a day.
Luckily for Rick, his wife supports his crazy building projects, even if he keeps her in the dark about what he's building.
When I brought home the upside-down truck, my wife had no idea.
I was at work, and he called and said, you need to come outside. So I went outside. It was amazing, the reaction and the people were stopping in the street, and it was a lot of fun. Yes, I would say Rick is car crazy, and his mind is always thinking about what the next project's going to be.
The truck may have turned his world upside down, but Rick is already planning the next exciting build.
I will keep the truck. I will never sell the truck. I do have a car building project for the future. Just keep watching the streets because it's coming.
Here we go. Yeah, thank you so much, Rob, for that cool footage.
My question is why?
Yeah, for sure.
He did that for $6,000.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Virgil, reactions to that?
It's just amazing when you can do the work yourself. When you can do that type of fabrication yourself, it always amazes me. Like you said, Rob, why? And then
Does he sleep at night?
Yeah, the genius, the genius, the brains that work that, and just rework. Okay, what problem solving? What if this happens, that happens? Where do I weld?
Yeah, for sure. The innovation and then how do you fabricate that to execute that idea?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially safely enough to get inspected and be able to drive on the road.
Good point. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and we've got a comment that's come in. This is about that Plymouth I'm going to look at tomorrow. David from Alaska Railroad says, ask the guy if he knows if it's true that Chevy actually built the Hemi. Years ago, I read that Chevy was the original designer of the engine and sold the rights to Chrysler. Wow, that's the first I hear of that. Interesting.
Hmm.
I will ask him that. Excellent question, David. I appreciate that. Well, cool. So we are on item number 4. I think it was Monday over in Johnston, Rhode Island at Memorial Park. They had a car show. These images come from our good friend Michael Delage. He does the New England Classic Cars Facebook group. He's been sending me a lot of images. He sent me over 100 images from this show. I've just selected 40 here just to kind of keep it at a reasonable length. But we'll be looking at clips of this here over the next couple of weeks. Let me cue that up and let's take a look. So yeah, thank you so much to Michael Delage for those awesome images. Virgil, any reaction to that?
Yes. First one that stuck out was at Pontiac, that GTO, that red one.
Right there. Whoop, was that it?
No. The very beginning of the very beginning. There we go, right there.
The modern one, yes.
So that one right there was our Australian people would like that one there. That was that Holden.
Yes. Those were made in Australia. You're right.
Yep, and that's what that's what became their Holden became our GTO for those few years.
Yeah.
And then that Daisy Dukes Jeep.
Yes, that was right near there too, wasn't it? Let's see see if I can find that. Right there. Whoop. This thing moves awfully fast when I'm trying to scan through there. Yeah, I can picture Daisy Duke in there.
Oh yeah, well yeah, something I pictured in there.
with a leg hanging out.
Yes, I picture those shorts.
For sure. Anything catch your eye, Rob?
Oh, my niece, she wants a Jeep. And I said, they're not practical to drive. They're so cold in the winter, even with a hardtop roof on them. But they look cool during the summer.
They sure do.
And there was
It's
a real
true.
nice
They're only really good for
68
trail
or
riding.
69 Camaro there, and it looked orange on the front half and red on the back half. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
let me
if
see if I
that
can
was the
find that.
color or the way the light was shining on it, or it was a paint job he did. And there was sure a lot of nice Corvettes in there. There it was.
Oh, was this it right here?
Yeah, see the way it's right behind the fender. It's orangey in the middle, and then it goes back to red. And
Yeah.
I don't know if he was going to do the flame look or just blended the color in, but that's different.
Good call. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And every night you had a station wagon on there. There was two of them in there tonight.
Yes. And there was a red Monte Carlo in there for David at Alaska Railroad. I bet he
Yes.
noticed that. Let's see if there we go. Right. Whoops. It's hard to stop where I bet David from Alaska Railroad's enjoying that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I like that CUDA. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I think I just missed it.
Yeah, red, white,
Right
and blue.
there.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. I wanted to see that motor on that one.
Yeah. And then there was a car. The hood was up, and there was a picture of Marilyn Monroe underneath
Yes.
there. Right there.
Yep. Don't know
Now,
what
I'm
kind of
gonna-
car that is.
Yeah, I can't quite
It's really a
tell.
square body.
Yeah, I can't tell for sure. Once we get earlier than 65, I don't do so well trying to name a lot of these cars.
And there was a pickup there with a winch on the front. I don't know if that was a Willys or not.
Is that a Nash or was it Nash smaller?
Yeah, there it was.
Oh, is this the? Yes, here we go. Yeah, that's a serious winch on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And the nice thing is, Michael Delage is usually really good about getting some backstory on these vehicles. So I'm sure he's going to email me tomorrow with some of the answers to this. So what we may do next week is post some of those answers. And we've got some comments coming in too. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler says a friend of his has a 572 Hemi Roadrunner, and it takes Chevy pistons. There you go. That's consistent with what we were hearing earlier. And then David at Alaska Railroad says that that Bonneville convertible was beautiful. Never saw one like that. Wonder what year it is. He's guessing late 60s. And then, pardon me, looks like a Metropolitan. That was that car we were wondering about with Marilyn Monroe under the hood.
Yep.
Cool deal.
And, that Bonneville was a 64 Bonneville. 64, 63 Bonneville.
See if I can find that. There's the Bonneville wagon. That's not the one you were thinking, was it?
No, the convertible.
All right, let's see. Right there?
That one, yes. I believe that's what you're talking about, or else there's a red one.
Pardon me. Oh, sorry about that. I've got an awful tickle in my throat right now. But yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is that's our cue to look at the next video. Yeah, let's just go to the next video. And it's taking a minute to queue up. Here it is. '77 Thunderbird. I remember those. Yeah, I remember those. Beautiful. Beautiful. An earlier Thunderbird, 1955. And this, I think, goes back even earlier than that. Or maybe it's newer. It's probably 60s, I think. 65, yeah. Oh, somebody's got a dog loose over there. Is this yours? Beautiful car. How long have you had that? 8 years. 8 years. Do you mind if I have you on camera? No. Cool. Yeah, I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Yeah, if you feel like talking it up, all I'm looking for is, my name is, and this is mine, just talk it up like you're telling a friend about it. Cool, I appreciate that.
My name is Richard Pepin. This car is originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I've had it 8 years. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
It's automatic with an engine of 292. Other than that, I just love this car.
Yeah.
Before this, I have a Crown Victoria. I sold that. Went down to Georgia and bought this.
Wow. And was it restored when you bought it, or is this something you did? Or?
I've done a little bit to it, but it basically was just original.
Original, yeah.
Original. The only thing I changed on this is carburation.
Really?
I put my truck to carburetor.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the only thing I changed.
Very impressive. So a true survivor then, huh?
He is. He's a good car.
That's amazing. Yeah, you don't see him like this. That is really impressive. And fun to drive on a day like this with the top down and everything.
Oh, yeah. An hour and a half from home here.
Sure.
St.
Albans, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful car.
They put these around now to give you your ballots to vote for each class. And remember, you cannot vote in your own class. Just all the rest of the classes. So make sure you don't vote for your own class, please.
So this is a '77 Thunderbird owned by Mike and Mary Benway from Hardwick, Vermont.
And as I was saying, Mr. C and the Auto Club has drinks on hamburgers, hot dogs, ice cream, and Powerade, and freezer pops. So don't forget that.
Is this yours? Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. Mike with the Muscle Car Podcast. Nice to meet you. Do you feel like talking this up? We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube.
Sure.
Cool. And it's real easy. I'm just looking for, my name is, and this is mine, and just talk it up like you're telling a friend about it. Cool. Yeah, we'll get up closer because we're competing with the audio over there.
Yeah, I'm Mike Benway. This is my '77 Thunderbird. We've had it for about 11 years. It's a one of one.
One of one, yes.
We just found that out. We get the Marty report here, so we found that out this summer.
Yeah, nice.
And, yeah, supposedly it's Hertz yellow. Supposedly it was ordered by a Hertz executive for his wife.
Really?
Yep.
So that's what makes it unique to the one of one is the color?
The color.
And were there other options that made it unique to be one of one? Or?
No, we'll put it there. The console for the vinyl seats was one of the options. It was one of one.
Okay.
And then the special paint code was the other.
Nice. And did the wheels come with, or are those aftermarket wheels? They really set that off nice.
It was actually ordered as a fleet vehicle, so that kind of.
And there will be door prizes later on.
Yeah, nice.
Radio delete, fleet vehicle, so it kind of makes me believe the story that I was told about the car. So.
Yeah. Very cool.
The only thing we've done to it is we put the wheels and tires on and the dual exhaust. So
yeah.
Bought it like this. So.
Nice. It sounds good with that exhaust?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, what's under the hood? Is it like a
351?
351 Cleveland, yeah. M. Yep. Nice. Yeah, that is a sharp car. I remember those from back in the day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They look as good now as they did then.
Exactly.
If not better, really. Yeah. And you've had 11 years, you said?
11 years. I've been 2011.
Very nice. And you take it to a lot of shows?
We do. We take it to Maine. We go up to Orchard every year with it.
Yeah.
We've been down to Cape Cod with it. So we put some good miles on it so we get it.
People give you a lot of thumbs up and
Oh,
stuff?
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Awesome.
People our age and older are going to remember these. Yeah. Very cool. Well, cool. It was really nice to meet you. Yeah. Cool deal, man. Cool. So cool. Yeah. Just looking at some Thunderbirds from a car show in Newport, Vermont that I went to last summer. I don't know who commented first last. Was it you, Rob, or Virgil?
Me.
All right. Do you want to go first, Virgil, with some reactions?
For that first T-Bird, that was a nice one there. Just a very, very pretty car. I believe that was that the years the exhaust came through the bumpers.
Oh, could be. I'm not sure. That could very well be. Is that?
There we go, right there. Yep, exhaust. I think that's exhaust through the bumper right there.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah, but that was one of my favorite parts right there, and the hood scoop.
Yeah. See if we can get that. Yeah, it's not as close as I'd like, but yeah, I don't know how close I'm going to get to that, but cool deal. Yeah, and Rob, any reactions to this?
I was having a hard time understanding with the music in the background. The one-off one car. How did he get it painted that one color? No one else could order it, and the seats were different. He said.
Yeah, something it was for an executive at Hertz.
Oh,
and I know Hertz has a lot of Fords in their rental fleet, so they must have had some kind of pull, some influence or something being from Hertz.
Yeah, I guess that explains the yellow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was a sweet looking car with the wheels and the stance and everything and the unique color.
Here,
trying to get a
yeah,
good
I don't
shot
think
of
I've
that.
seen one that color. I was wondering how he got that one-off one. Yeah.
Same here.
I guess when
I've
you
never
buy
seen
that
one
many vehicles as they do, they'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, they'll do you a favor or two. For sure. And I have to say that is a really nice body style, that style right there.
Yeah.
And then getting that straight on look at the very end here.
Yeah, that's a nice big body style. We get that, like we were talking about, that body roll. You learn the body roll in that car.
That would be a car like that.
The corners.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, cool. So we are on item number 6. We're going to take a look at a 65 Chevy Impala, and this car is for sale by our friends at MGM Classic Cars. Just take me a moment here to get that queued up. And here we go. All right, let's take a look. So yeah, thank you so much to our friends over at MGM Classic Cars for that awesome footage. Rob, what'd you think of that?
That would be a real sleeper to take out for a ride on a Saturday night.
Oh yeah,
My dad had a similar car to that, but it wasn't a sport model and it only had a 250 in it, 6-cylinder. And
sure.
my dad told me if we could blow the motor up, he'd let me put an 8-cylinder in it. We couldn't blow that 6-cylinder up. Yeah. But somebody pull up beside that and didn't think that car was very fast. Wow. That's quite the motor under that hood.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of
Virgil?
chrome too. They don't
Sure.
make cars like that anymore.
It's true. And Virgil?
That is quite the motor on there. You say quite the sleeper. 65 Impala, what, first year of that body style. And what, first and last year of that body style. Well, once you get to a 66, I guess, and then it ends. But good sleeper. Very pretty car. I like that white interior.
For sure. Yeah, gorgeous lines on that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the thing that I liked about it is very often, you know, if you put kind of a modern looking wheel on an older car like that, sometimes it just doesn't look right, in my opinion. But these wheels to me really set it off nice.
Yeah.
And
Nice offset on the back.
yes. And now we got comments coming in. Says they cheated and put a lid pounds in it. I'm not sure what they're saying there. But then we've also got David from Alaska Railroad saying he always had a passion for the 65 Impala. He loves the LS swaps. Couldn't do it to that car. If it's a true SS, I would much prefer a 396 in it. Yeah, totally understand. Well, cool. And I apologize for my voice going out tonight. I mowed the lawn today and it's real dry out, and I stirred up all kind of dust and pollen in my sinuses and throat. Just did not care for that at all. So that's what's going on with that. But so I appreciate everyone's patience with that. But yeah, we've come to that time of the program where it's time to wind it down. Any final words, Virgil?
No final words. Just wanted to say, hey, you say goodbye from California.
Yes, yeah, and have a great time out there, Virgil.
I promise. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get as many cars as I can. And,
Yeah.
There may be a Harley or two in mixed in between there also. So
sure.
Yes. So yeah,
Cool
you guys
deal.
have a good rest of the night, and thank you.
Cool deal, and thank you as well. And Rob?
Great show, lots of great vehicles, and it's fun to be here, Mike.
Cool deal. Yeah, thank you both so much for being on, and to our viewers. Oh, we've got one last comment coming in. Oh, we've got our friend David at Alaska Railroad saying thanks, guys, and thank you for being such a regular viewer. We do appreciate
Have a good night,
it.
David.
All right, as always, our last word goes to our friends at Amsoil. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good one.
All right.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out. And once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather. It runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer. You save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to a product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now, let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit, and the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests," so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.